Now, a team that I've got a little bit of history with this Football Manager because they sacked me after one season, didn't get to finish the season, is RB Leipzig. So, redemption is the story for today's rebuild.
Yeah.
Of course, he was voted ahead of Rapid Vienna and another team, I believe. I can't remember who it was right now. But, yeah, you guys wanted me to do this. And what I've decided to do is to make it a little bit more difficult because some people are going to say this might be a little bit too easy. Decided to make it completely realistic.
Right.
A realistic RB Leipzig rebuild. By realistic, I mean they have certain categories where they like to buy players. Obviously, they use feeder clubs like Salzburg.
Yeah.
So if we do take a look at their club culture, they play high-tempo pressing football. We know that very well from previous managers and directors. They play attacking football. They do not sign players over the age of 28. You are not allowed, which I love at the same time.
Yeah.
That's fantastic for me. And they encourage you, it's a requirement, important, to sign players under the age of 21 for the first team. They want you to sign these teenagers and bring them straight into the team. That's right up my alley, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So it's definitely something that I want to do more because instead of going for these free transfers maybe where it saves you a little bit of money, we're going to go for these players and try and develop them in the small amount of time that we can. If we do take a look at the club info as well, they have okay training facilities, well, excellent training facilities and superb youth facilities. So I'm going to try and work on that as well.
They should have really the amount of money they've got.
Well, Red Bull, yeah, as a franchise, they've got a lot. Of course, it's a club with 4 different feeder teams around the world in Brazil, New York, which was the first one, and of course Salzburg as well. And yeah, I'm excited. They've got a few of my favourite players in Football Manager history, like this man, key player, Dani Olmo. Ever since he was at Dynamo Zagreb, he's been one of my favourite Football Manager players ever. So I'm excited to finally use him properly where I don't get sacked. Fingers crossed. So the first season, they did give us a little bit of money. Not a lot, but it was still enough to make a big move for a Red Bull Salzburg player. We're starting off early with the feeder team.
Did we get him for nothing?
We didn't. £11.5 million is actually more expensive, I think, than what it would be if I wasn't part of the Red Bull franchise.
Salzburg's fans don't like us.
No.
They hate us.
Yeah.
Reason being, because when we first started off, they were classed as a feeder club, as you've said.
Yeah.
But they were given their best players to us on free transfers.
Yeah.
And it didn't go down too
So
well.
no. Which is probably why you don't see a lot of transfers between the two clubs very much anymore.
I think the league stepped in as well, and they were a bit sort of dubious about what was going on. But in the end, we proved that we were paying a bit of money for something. But when it first started off, they were coming over as free transfers.
Yeah.
And they were their best players.
Yeah, exactly.
It shouldn't be happening, should it?
No. I mean, it didn't really damage Salzburg, to be honest, because they still have absolutely dominated Austria for a very long time.
You said you watched them last night, was it?
I was recording this. I watched them against Bayern Munich just for the simple fact that loads of their players, obviously we've been buying them in previous rebuilds, and just Football Manager fans just love them as wonder kids. And I felt like a dad watching them.
They done well though, didn't they?
They did so well, so unlucky.
Yeah,
very unlucky against
Bayern
Munich. 90th minute, Kingsley Coman goal.
Yeah.
After players like this man played, he played very well. I mean, I signed him before I watched the game.
Yeah.
Adiyemi, there was so many. Adamu, who scored the goal. There's so many good players that have come from him. So he is our one and only signing this summer that we have made. Of course, there has been others that have been made in real life. Now, he is a good centre midfielder / CDM, and arguably that is probably the position where Red Bull, or RB Leipzig, because they're not actually called Red Bull, remember, we can't call them that, where Leipzig don't need any players because we're stacked in midfield. So what is probably going to happen is I've double intensified his training, and he's just going to be a bit part player playing for the reserves for now, while we integrate some other players. On the outs, there's one that I am quite surprised with that happened in real life in the January transfer window. Of course, this is an update, and that is Ilyas Mariba goes to Valencia on loan, because he is a fantastic player that they bought last season from Barcelona. Refused. He wanted loads of money from Barcelona. They said no. They lost him. He's moved on to RB Leipzig. So
his squad number 0.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
I've never seen that.
No, neither have I. No. Quite cool though, isn't it? That's pretty badass if you ask me.
You would have thought it had been allowed. I wouldn't.
No. But 18 years of age, he has the highest potential in the game. So we need to make sure we nurture him. Other great players that we have in the team, because there are a few. Of course, we've got Andre Silva up front. He's got 4 and 4 so far this season. They bought him from my club, Eintracht Frankfurt after he did very well, 28 goals and 32 appearances for £20 million. They
in the same league, so that's good.
Yeah.
You know he can do it in this league.
Absolutely. They got Christopher Nkunku, who right now is being rumoured to go to Manchester United in the summer. Whether that happens or not, because he's definitely a quality player who's been outstanding in real life. Simakan, a player that they bought from Strasbourg, they seem to buy a lot of French players.
Yeah.
RB Leipzig, and we might see that more often as the rebuild goes on. He's a very good centre back, 21 years of age, fantastic. They have Nordi Mukiele, who I think come through PSG, Paris, and then Montpellier. So he was in Paris, but he's also fantastic. There's a lot of really good players. Dominic Szoboszlai is one of my favourite ones that they have got. Exactly. It's one of the only really foreign names that look horrendous that I think I say correctly.
I wouldn't even started.
The comments are going to go, no, Lee, you got nowhere near that. But I think I'm quite good at it. He come through Salzburg. They bought him for £20 million. So it is quite a lot, but he is great.
Yeah.
He's a very good player. I've already mentioned, of course, players like Dani Olmo, but we got Haidara, also rumoured with Manchester United, the CDM role. But there are a few really good ones, including, I'm trying to find him, where is he? Including this man, Josko Gvardiol. Again, he come through Salzburg. No, he didn't. He come through Dynamo Zagreb. There's another little route there. Dynamo Zagreb to Leipzig with Dani Olmo and Josko Gvardiol. He is Croatian. We've seen him in the World Cup. The Euros, sorry. Yeah, he does. We've seen him in the Euros recently, play against England.
Yeah.
Very good player. And he has a great potential on the game. He's a very good ball-playing defender. Some would say he's better at left, but I think I would rather play him centre-back because he develops into a quality player.
Yeah.
So tactically then, when I'm looking at this, they have so many good centre midfielders and centre defensive midfielders that I've decided to go for something very similar to a tactic that I featured on the channel, the Scuffed Christmas Tree, which you've all seen a video based on. But this is slightly different. I've changed a few roles. I've changed a few instructions to help suit the players that we have. So it's a diamond formation, but instead of two up top, we've got the two centre attacking midfielders, both on attacking midfield on attack. We've got the defensive wingers. Now, controversially, I'm playing Szoboszlai out on the left when he's better suited in the middle, and Poulsen on the right when he's actually naturally a striker. But he can play there very well, and he has the things that I want to see from a defensive winger. He has the work rate, the teamwork, good off the ball, the strength and stamina to do that well. And I want him on the pitch because he's 6'4" with 17 jumper reach and 18 bravery, 14 heading. He's a threat for set pieces.
Definitely, yeah.
So for near post corners, he's going to be crucial for that, so I don't have to send up my centre backs for it. They can stay back and defend. That's my thinking with playing Yusuf Poulsen out there on the right. I think as well he's a fan favourite of Leipzig. I think they absolutely love Poulsen because of how much he puts into the club. So that's how we're looking right now. We are fairly wide. We're overlapping, playing out of defence. Shorter passing directness of a higher tempo. Working the ball into the box. Gegenpress, of course, and out of possession. We are high line of engagement, high defensive line with a much more trigger press. With a ball winner in the midfield there, that's going to be the Haidara role, but we do have a few players who can play in that role as well. For instance, Conrad Limer's one, and there is Tyler Adams as well, who's an American player who can play both right back and centre back. Both those guys can do that. Now, start off the season, we've done very well. We have won 2 games.
That's a good start.
Yeah, so we've beaten Stuttgart 2-0, we've beaten Wolfsburg 2-1, and we drew against Mainz 2-all. We're also 5-1 in the cup game, so we're through to the next round on that. And we've been given our Champions League group, and it's a very difficult group. In fact, it's easily the group of death. I think that's got to be the hardest Champions League group I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because that is ridiculous, right? Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, and then AC Milan as the
If you're going to pick as your easy one to try and get in third place.
Unbelievable,
you don't
really.
Know,
If we do get third, I think that's a huge success.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But in the league itself, Bayern Munich have already lost the game, so that's good against Gladbach. A team that's actually found their number in real life. They beat them 5-0 in December, I think, Gladbach. I think they beat them twice already this season. So, obviously, former manager of Leipzig is manager of Bayern Munich, Nagelsmann, one of the best up-and-coming managers in the world.
Definitely,
Just cannot beat Gladbach.
I think he made Leipzig as good as what they are now, and they
God,
really,
absolutely. So Dortmund are top right now.
They play some really good football at the moment.
So attacking, though. It's so exciting to watch. Yeah. So, right, okay, let's simulate this first season and see how we get on. But before we do that, we have a word from our sponsor, Yours. Today I have partnered up with Yours app. Don't mind me, just doing my yoga. Yours focuses on a wide range of self-care content. When I started using the Yours app to begin with, the yoga was my go-to. See, being a professional wrestler, it helped with my flexibility, and it is a little bit of a workout, so endurance, it was quite good too. Plus, a good physical health helps with a good mental health, and that's also where the Yours app comes in. Not to mention, recently I had a newborn baby, and they don't sleep like ever, so I'm constantly deprived of sleep and forever stressed because of this job, trying to catch up and support my family, and the Yours app is also really handy with that too. So there's relaxing music on there that not only is perfect for when I'm stressed and I need to wind down of an evening, but it seems like the baby also likes to relax to that music too. That's also a win-win. But it has options on there if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling anxious. There is such things as the mood checker, which is definitely my new favorite thing that I have found on the Yours app. And with my partnership with Yours, you also get the benefit from this, because with my coupon code, using the link down below in the description, code OMEGA, you get 60% off of a yearly plan. You see, I felt fairly low one day and decided to give the mood checker on the app a bit of a go, and I put in how I felt that day, and it come up with tons of recommendations on what to listen to and what to do when I'm feeling this way. And I definitely think that in the past, when I was at my lowest, when I struggled with stress, anxiety and depression, that the Yours app would have come in clutch and really helped me when I was feeling at my lowest. So if you're like me and you struggled in the past with things like stress, anxiety, maybe even depression, maybe you want to increase your mobility with some yoga, or maybe in my case, having like a baby or something, you struggle to get to sleep during the days when you need to catch up on your sleep, the Yours app could also come in clutch for you too. So by all means, if you'd like to give it a go, the link is down below in the top of the description. My partnership with them, again, grants you 60% off a yearly plan using the code OMEGA. So click the link down below. You'll not only be supporting yourself, you'll be supporting me as a content creator, and you'll be helping yourself in all these times where you're feeling as low as what I did that day. And I looked to the Yours app, and it definitely helped me. And so, the first season, we win the first ever title for RB Leipzig.
Brilliant start.
The Bundesliga is ours.
Brilliant start.
We've broke the Bayern Munich dominance of 10 years to finally win a league title. We finished runners-up last season, of course, in real life, but we have never won this before. So that is a huge opportunity.
It took us 12 years then, really.
It took us 12 years.
2009, they were
all the way down in the third division.
Rounded, yeah.
So what a season! Even though Erling Haaland scored 36 goals in only 34 league games, we somehow, I think, finished third.
Our goal difference is better.
Our goal difference is better, and we have 6 more points than second place. It was dominant, really.
Yeah.
Only lost 3 games. Let's take a look at those losses. They were against both Bayern Munich and Dortmund.
Oh, well.
And we drew 4. We actually beat Dortmund at one point, but we drew 4 there. Some difficult games, because I think, I've mentioned it before and I'll mention it again, the Bundesliga, it's very hard, because not only do you have Bayern, Dortmund, and if you're not Leipzig, you have Leipzig, but you have Cologne, Freiburg, Gladbach, Hertha Berlin, Wolfsburg, Mainz, all do really well in game.
Yeah.
But you also have teams like Leverkusen, Frankfurt, who have really good players. Hoffenheim's also really good. So there's about 8 or 9 teams that you have to be battling top 4 with.
I think it's not as good as what the Premier League is, but it's almost the same, where any team in that league can beat the top teams.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You look at the Premier League, whoever's bottom at the moment could still beat the top of the league, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Man United lose to the bottom league all the time.
Look at Spurs doing it at the moment as well.
Yeah. So that's what happens. Now, we are in, of course, the Champions League. We had a very difficult Champions League group, so how did we do? We won the Europa League!
Oh,
and we won the DFB Pokal!
Treble!
Treble in the first season! Get in! Come on, right, we'll leave it there. End the video. See you later. Wow, what a season! I mean, we ended up knocking out Milan. We finished on 9 points. Somehow we didn't go through because Atletico Madrid, I'm guessing, had a better record against us. I have no idea. Yeah, they beat us. They beat us 2-1 there, and they lost against us 3-2. So I don't know how we didn't go through.
Yeah.
It must have been on goal score or something like that. But yeah, with 9 points, we didn't go through. But it didn't matter because we went all the way to the Europa League final, and we beat Ajax in the final as well. That's a difficult game to face in the final. But defeating Ajax, they had Sebastian Haller score on the 24th minute. We were already 2-0 up. Yusuf Poulsen scored in the 6th. And Cuckoo got the 3rd in the 27th minute.
I know we've come first, but we'd have got into the Champions League anyway for winning the Europa League as well.
Yeah, we would have. Yeah, double whammy.
Yeah.
I think maybe that mean Cologne went up. I'm not quite sure how the registration went. DFB Pokal then, who we beat in the final, 8-1 against Mainz. games.
What a final that was, eh?
8-1.
What a final that was.
We didn't just win it, we dominated it. Absolutely incredible. We were 7-0 up before they scored as well. Were they like that? Get the ball, it's a comeback.
6-0 at half time.
Yeah.
Game over a bit after fans went home.
Absolutely. Every single player, other than Galashki, who got a 6 point, just sat there reading the paper. They probably scored because he went, oh crap. But yeah, what a result that is, and what a first season. So I knew this tactic would work because of the amount of fantastic players that they have. Just a little tweaks, which I think just made it even better for our team. Andre Silva scored 40 goals and got 14 assists. Nkuku got 23. Paulson got 20. Dani Olmo got 15 with 15 assists.
95 goals in 4 players.
Unbelievable. And even Szoboszlai got 12 with 28 assists because he's a set piece taker. He's incredible at free kicks. Angelino left back, he got 11 goals and 12 assists from left back.
Everybody scores.
It's just unbelievable. And Conrad Limo, I'm guessing,
did the
played quite a
goalkeeper
lot.
score? Did they let him
He might
take a
have,
penalty?
to be fair, he might have. No, he didn't. He had a 7.1 for average rating though. So yeah, I mean that is basically with just the team that you're given at the start, because Nicolas Seivold, he only played 10 games. He did come off the bench 28 appearances. And he got 1 assist throughout the whole season. But yeah, what a start that is already. Can't argue with that.
What can we do now?
Exactly.
Champions League that's all.
Champions League is the main thing.
Really.
Try and dominate Germany. To be fair,
I mean, since they were formed, they've only got to the Champions League semi-final.
Yeah,
where they were beaten.
That was very
by
recently
PSG
as well.
Yeah, they got beat by PSG.
Yeah,
3-0.
Yeah.
So it took them, was it 9 years? 9 years to get to the Champions League.
Yeah,
playing there.
Not bad at all.
That's our challenge now, isn't it?
It is indeed.
We've done everything but win the Champions League now.
Of course, yeah. Now remember, Patreon members, for £5, you get access to the save game file at the end of this rebuild. So however we do, we'll set you a challenge as well to whether it's maybe win another Champions League, who knows, or whether it is to try and win that Champions League.
You know you're going to get a good squad. We've already got it there.
Exactly.
It's already sat there for you. We're only going to improve it on it now.
Absolutely. So thank you very much to all the Patreon members who've been signed up recently. There's so many coming through the door. And yeah, we're going to try and build you a nice little squad here. Now, on the outs, we have £30 million. Hwang Hee-chan was already a done deal to Wolves, but we also sold Lucas Klosterman because we've got 3 or 4 good right backs. And Ademola Lookman, who is on loan in the first season, we sold him to Borussia Dortmund for £7.5 million. I'm not really too worried about him. I think he's okay, but like mentally, he's just not quite there. English, of course, and Dortmund love an English player.
They do, for some reason.
They do, yeah. So let him have him.
Yeah.
But we have replenished quite well. Let's start off because of the owners of Red Bull. They seem to like their American links. There's a few American players dotted around these Red Bull teams.
Yeah.
George Bello. So I've signed a 20-year-old George Bello who plays left back to give Angelino a bit of a run for his money in that position. £7.5 million. He is originally at Arminia Bielefeld in the latest update, but we signed him for 7.5 after he had an okay season, playing 28 games already in the Bundesliga. I also signed Nico from Barcelona, and it's very much, again, a realistic signing that they would make.
Young player?
Exactly. They've signed Ilyas Mariba from Barcelona because he was unhappy. Nico was exactly the same.
Yeah.
He was not happy that he wasn't playing games, so I bought him £23 million. In fact, he was playing the B team. He played a lot for the B team, despite already in real life being in the first team.
Yeah.
So I decided to make the move, and it was a lot of money, but I think he'll be worth it. Again, though, it's in the positions that maybe we don't necessarily need, but it's an offer I could not turn down when I seen that he was unhappy. However, the best signing this summer, and it had to be done, I'm sure, as soon as I said realistic rebuild, people had 2 names in mind. And this has got to be one of them. Because Kareem Adiyemi joins us from Salzburg. Of course, he's German. So there's 2 names that I think everybody would have been mentioning. Sesko and Adeyemi. Sesko I signed recently, and people already get angry when I sign the same player in more than one rebuild, despite there being very limited options on who to actually buy. So I went for Kareem Adeyemi instead, and he's just as good, if not better, because he has a higher potential. And I paid a lot of money for him. £27 million. You can get him for a lot cheaper than that in the first season.
Yeah.
But I went for him the second season where he cost me a lot more. Again, from Salzburg, he's been very good for them. 8 goals in 17 games.
Look what he's done for us already.
And he's already got 6 goal contributions with a very high average rating for us. He's a fantastic player, very pacey. He's not like a tall, lengthy, athletic player, but he's very well, he's 5'11", so he's not small, but it's that pace.
That's tall, isn't it? 5'11".
Yeah, for you. It's that pace, that good off-the-ball running. Currently, he doesn't have the player trait, but I'm pretty sure I'm training him to like to beat the offside trap because that's crucial for what we want to do. I'm also training on his additional focus, final third, because that trains composure and decision-making, which he's kind of lacking right now. We want to build him up to be one of the best strikers in the world. Yeah. That's what he needs to have. So those are the signings that I made. £59 million on the out. 59 million pound on the transfers in, 30 million pound on the transfers out. Tactically, we're going to stay the same because I think it would be stupid if we did change it.
Of course it would.
So we've got pretty much everyone other than the Nkuku bit put in there. We've got Szoboszlai on the left. Now we have the option to go Adiyemi or Andre Silva, and I'm happy with either.
Yeah.
But at the start of the season, if you take a look at the quick statistics there, Kareem Adiyemi's actually scored 10 in 7 appearances in all competitions. That's a bit mental.
Yeah.
So I do feel sorry for Andre Silva because he did do well last season. It's just unfortunate. Kareem's here now. So if we do take a look at the assistance report, which shows us what his preferred 11 would be, Kareem Adiyemi does start, but Szoboszlai is in that centre attacking midfielder role. We've got Forsberg on the left, Campbell on the right. That's not necessarily what we've been playing. Gvardiol and Simakan at the back. Gvardiol really should be on the left because he is left-footed. I don't think Simakan is. No, he's right-footed, so he's got that a little bit all over the place. Michele and Angelino in the inverted wing-backs. What's beautiful about this tactic, Dad, is when it's in play, you see these inverted wing-backs become almost centre attacking midfielders.
Yeah.
So you basically have 4 players on the edge of the box asking for the ball,
waiting for it,
and they're just sat unmarked. So sometimes, even in this tactic, what's really good is you put wingers in those roles. Because defensively, it might not be good, but attacking-wise, they're better.
Yeah.
So you end up just scoring more goals than the opposition. So this is what it looks like. I think strength in depth, what we are, squad depth, we take a look at it, what we are maybe struggling with, Mariba has now, of course, come back. And he's played quite a lot last season for Valencia. He's developed really well. If you take a look at that, he looks a lot better than what he did first season because he played all 34 games. Well, he played 34 games last season and did okay at Valencia. So he joins us again now. What I think we're lacking, if we had to pick a position, possibly goalkeeper.
Right.
Possibly more strength at the back here. We've got a few really good players. Maybe we need something a little bit
a good
additional.
team that stays top of the league for a long time over years always starts off from the back, don't they? And your goalkeeper, you look at your Man Cities, your Liverpools and all that, they spend a lot of money on getting that right goalkeeper, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know?
Edison and Allison came in when, if you think Joe Hart was there.
I mean, we thought Joe Hart was brilliant at the
time. Yeah, we thought he was going to be number one for the rest of his career.
Jumping, being Joe Hart.
Yeah, and I can't remember who the goalkeeper was. It might have been Karius when Allison came in, and that was the reason. Obviously, they lost the Champions League final.
Yeah.
They bring in Allison, they win the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Because he's good with his feet.
We talk about Van Dijk coming into the Liverpool side. We thought that was probably one of the best signings, but started off with a goalkeeper as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think that's maybe something. Galashki's okay, but he's not. So that might be something we have to look forward into
German
the future.
goalkeepers are normally good as well, though, aren't they? You go through all the histories, and it's always a good German goalkeeper in there.
They're scary as well, aren't they? Staff-wise, I don't really show this a lot, but what I have been doing is trying to upgrade the staff because that is very much a Leipzig thing to do.
Yeah.
They get their staff right. They get video analysis in, analysts in and stuff like that. And that's something that I think Ralf Rangnick, of course, former director.
We spoke about this because of Ralf, haven't we, really?
Yeah. He is somebody who is kind of ingrained that into the Red Bull side of thinking. All the statistical stuff. It's very Moneyball. The reason why they buy all these players that nobody's ever heard of because they're the first ones to find them.
Yeah. Well, they got hold of him. They had him and they started coming good, didn't they? And he left to go somewhere. I'm not sure where he went now. But they got him back again, didn't they? They had a bit of a dip in their performances and all that.
Yeah.
So they got him back for the second time, didn't they?
Yeah.
And look what they are now.
And he did really well again. Yeah. And I mean, Manchester United, they're looking for a Ariba right now. They need to use him properly.
Yeah.
Because his knowledge is so good. That's the reason why Leipzig have been very successful. That's the reason why Salzburg have been dominant in Austria. And that's the reason why the whole Red Bull thing has been working.
One of our videos that we've done, about who's the next Man United manager, because we don't think he will be there next season.
No.
We think they said they have set him up for him to be moved up to upstairs.
Yeah, as an advisor. I think it's just to give him a job and then just keep him happy.
We think they're waiting for the right manager, don't we?
Yeah.
We've got our opinions of who it is.
Yeah.
Watch the video.
Check out the video, Alpha and Omega Football Channel. Link down below in the description. We've got some good videos coming out. We also did one on Graham Potter as well.
Yeah.
Is he brilliant or is he overrated? Find out in our video.
Yeah.
So schedule-wise then, we had a very interesting start to the season. Let's take a look at the first bit, because the Bayern Munich Super Cup, a 5-3 victory. Ilyash Mariba got 1 and Kareem Adiyemi got 4. In his debut against Bayern Munich, he batters in 4 goals.
I'm a bit more disappointed with further down losing the Super Cup.
I know. Stuttgart Kickers, we beat them in the first round of the DFB Pokal. Then we faced Augsburg, a 4-3 victory, a good result there. 86th minute Tyler Adams winner. We lost to Manchester United. Oh no.
But then we bounced back.
We did bounce back.
3 out of the 4 results
7-0,
we didn't concede a goal.
5-0, 6-0. And the only game we did concede, it was against Bayern Munich.
Away though.
And away, yeah.
That's
so
a good result.
Not bad at all. No. So Manchester United, do they still have Ralph? It was still Ralph Rangnick as well. So we go there with the professor still in charge, and he's taught us a lesson. So there we go.
He enjoyed that, didn't he?
A good start to the season. It would have been nice to win the Super Cup, of course, but not to be. Champions League group would be given a lot easier one. Thank God. When I seen that.
Group.
Yeah.
We've got to win this group.
When I seen that, it's like, I mean, all 3 of those clubs are really good.
Yeah.
Like,
you
don't want to face any of them.
No.
But it's like, after seeing Milan, Atletico Madrid, and Liverpool, you think, well, that's an easy group, isn't it? What a relief.
It gives us a chance.
It does,
to get into
absolutely,
the knockout stages.
to try and win
That's
one.
where we want to be.
Right, okay, let's simulate the second season. And the second season, we retain the title just by 3 points this time round.
That's good enough.
Yeah, so Bayern Munich right hot on our tails. We only lost 3 games again.
Well, our goal difference wasn't so good this time.
And this time Erling Haaland scored 41. I got a feeling that might break the record. I can't remember what Lewandowski's record is. I think it's 40.
Yeah.
So I think he might have broke it.
Yeah.
He actually joint top now with Lewandowski with 41. So that's insane. And they still finished third.
He's got a good gutted, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, Kareem Adiyemi, 29 goals is still a fantastic season for us. A good average rating as well. Dani Olmo with 19 assists, joint with Joshua Kimmich, which is really impressive. Marco Reus there was 16. He also has a very high average rating. Now, of course, Europa League. I don't want to be in the Europa League. We can't retain it because I want to be further in the Champions League. Yeah. So how have we done there? Well, the Champions League is to be played by Liverpool and Inter Milan. So how did we do? It doesn't look like we actually got through. We were knocked out in the quarter final of the Europa League by Milan, who of course we knocked out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did see it though, but we also were the runners-up of the DFB Pokal. We lost on penalties to FC Cologne. So we've had a very weird season because we retained the title, but we somehow don't go through our Champions League group, which we really should have.
Yeah.
We finished in the quarterfinals of the Europa League, which is disappointing, and we runner-up to the cup on penalties. It's a bit of an annoying season.
Yeah.
Goals-wise though, Adeyemi got 53 and 46. It's mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dani Olmo got 26 assists as well. And Cuckoo got 20. There's a lot of assists in there. And so many goals. It's unbelievable. It's like all the big players have got 9 goals. Like it's mental, really, with how well we have done. Okay, third season.
Bit of a failure season, isn't that, really?
Yeah, I think so too.
There. Got an easier league to be in, the Champions League, and we lost it.
Yeah, third season, we need to go far in the
confident?
Champions League.
Were we too confident, you think? I mean,
Possibly.
me and you were, weren't we? When we looked there, we thought, we're through.
I think possibly. I'd rather take a late Champions League than the Cup at this point.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Instead of going into Europa League. Yeah. I mean, I love the DFB Pokal. If I'm honest, I think it's the most beautiful trophy that there is in football.
Yeah.
To look at, I think it's wonderful. But I would take a semi-final in the Champions League exit over winning that next year.
Yeah.
Just to say that we're getting there, Champions League-wise. Before we go into the third season, though, Dad, can you give us a like target, please?
Yeah, I'm going to go for just a straight 1,000.
1,000, okay.
See how quick we can get there.
Yeah, can you also leave me a comment who you'd like us to do in a top division in Europe? None of this, can you do Morecambe or Fleetwood? We're not going to do it.
Really, is it?
Yeah, we want a top division club. Maybe there's a story behind it that you'd like us to do, so we can put it in the Patreon polls, and I'll take all of your answers, combine them up, and they'll be in the Patreon polls on the next vote. Now, there was one big transfer on the outs, and again, it's AC Milan, who have been little sticking thorns in us ever since we knocked them out of the Champions League and Europa League. So they bought one of our best centre-backs, one of our best defenders, Mohamed Simakan, who's really come into his own. and developed incredibly well. They made him unhappy. He was kicking off. He wanted to leave.
Surprised, really. I mean, we won the league. We're in the Champions League.
Yeah,
you know?
£43 million was what I managed to get out of him, which is a big profit for 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's unfortunate. So I had to go and replace him. And again, a very realistic transfer, I think. We've seen him a few times, so don't get mad. But Omar Saleh from Red Bull Salzburg. We're giving him money, though, at least. We're not getting him for free. Now, he's not quite as good.
We know you hate us.
Yeah. We're not quite as good as Simakan in some of the mentals, but what I think he does have is very well rounded in how well he is on the ball. Good defending, good positional, he's good work rate, and he's very physically. He's there as well. 6'4", really a lot of pace and stamina.
For 23-year-old looks good.
For sure, yeah. French as well. That's like a weird link that they have, isn't it? So Salzburg picked him up for 4.4. We gave them 28, so 7 times the amount of money. So please, Salzburg, we hope you can use that money wisely and find us another player we can buy off you in another 5 years' time. We have also bought a goalkeeper.
Ooh.
We mentioned the goalkeeper. We've bought one. Alvin Lafond, French.
Yeah.
24 years of age. He's one of the best young goalkeepers on the game. Now remember, one of the things that it says in the club vision, do not sign anybody over the age of 28. Do you know how hard it is to find a world-class goalkeeper that's not 28? Ridiculous. So Alvin Lafond was one of the only options that we could go for, so I brought him in from Nantes.
From my favourite French team as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been around the block a bit. He's played for Fiorentina as well as Toulouse. So he's a great goalkeeper, and he's a bit of like an FM legend. He was really good a few years ago as a Rona kid, and he's still decent now. So I think he comes in and definitely improves us at the back. We've had a few other players go out. Benjamin Henriks. Haidara also left for £8.5 million. We're not using him as much as what we did.
Fair enough, yeah.
And Sorloff as well, £4.3 million
They're
left
just trying to
to
buy
Dortmund.
our players to stop us from winning, aren't they?
They're jealous, that's what it is. And Kevin Campbell also left to Gladbach on a free, but freed up some wages.
Yeah.
He just never wanted to sign another contract with us because we never play him that much. And it is a shame because he's been here for quite a long time, 17 years, and he played for Salzburg. So it's just another link, isn't it? So, tactically then, I've changed it ever so slightly. We're going very narrow.
Right.
And the reason for that is, yes, we won the league, but it just seems like in these cup competitions,
Not good enough.
we're not good enough. We focused it in the league. So what I'm thinking is...
You come up against the best teams, don't you? And
yeah, that's it.
They get wise to what you're playing and the system you're playing. They just counteract it, don't they?
I think so. And you know, it's like in the games where, even though we won the league, the games that we lost was like Bayern 4-1.
Yeah.
So what I think has happened is where they have superior centre midfielders, they're overloading our centre mids. Because we don't have any. We have 2 attacking midfielders, the big hole in the middle, then a DM. So what I'm doing is I'm packing out the midfield a little bit more, but with players who will go wide, and the width will come from the wing backs. Even though they are inverted, it means they do cut inside, they still overlap, and they still are our width. I've seen it happen time and time again. I want to also play Shivald in that defensive midfielder role. It's time for him to shine. We've sold a couple of DMs now, and it's time for him to get the game time that we need him to get. He played 31 games last season with 21 starts. This is a natural progression to start every single game now. After playing most of his games from the bench, then most of his games starting, but a lot from the bench. Now it's all of his games. Let's start you and see what you can do for us. Umar Saleh comes in at that right back role. We've got Lafont in goal. The rest of it is natural, but
we've made it a bit stronger at the back now.
Absolutely, yeah. The assistant report looks like this. So this is what he would play if he had the opportunity. Mariba and Nkuku. We've got Dani Olmo and Szoboszlai. Adiyemi up top. They would play Tom Kraus, who's another player who's come through our youth system. Well, I don't think he's come through our youth. He actually did come through our youth system, but I've been loaning him out and giving him some game time. He's joined us as well. Angelino Mukiele at right and left back. So, how have we been doing with this? I think quite well. Despite the 3-1 loss to Cologne, which is a difficult game, we did beat them 5-1 using the same tactic in the Super Cup.
Yeah.
The DFB Pokal, we have first round 4-1, and Freiburg, which again is another difficult game, a 3-1 victory. We haven't really been tested yet, which I think might be the only downside to this season. I haven't been able to test this tactic against some of the best teams.
The next team that we've got there is Hamburg.
Yeah.
The bit of history that I've got with our team, when Red Bull wanted to get into the Football League, especially the German Football League.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, they went to Leipzig first.
Leipzig,
sorry. They went to Leipzig first. The fans in all the area that didn't want them.
Yeah.
So they decided to go somewhere else. So they went to 3 other teams, I think it was. Hamburg is one of them.
Yeah.
They weren't interested.
Yeah.
Because they just knew that Red Bull wanted to come in, take over.
Make it franchising.
Yeah, and all about Red Bull, really.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what it was going to be. The other teams were 1860 Munich and Dusseldorf. None of the teams were interested in Red Bull taking over. But because of the area that Leipzig are in, it was such a good catchment because they were good motorway area, good airport area, but no other team close. So fan base, perfect.
Yeah.
So they went back again and approached a team called SSV Marksransdud.
Right, okay.
And that's the team they approached to take over, mainly because they were already an established football team, not a professional team, an established football team that had all the paperwork in and all the things to be a professional football team.
Yeah, they had the potential.
Place. Yes. So they took over that team, so they didn't have to do all that paperwork and sort of organise to be a team and re-register them and everything like that. And that's where they took over then. Yeah. And then within a couple of seasons,
Leipzig was born.
They were born, It's history really after that. Yeah. I know it's only 2009 since they took it over, but what did they do in 8 years? They got to the Champions League in eight years, and then in 2020, like I said earlier, they got to the semi-final of the Champions League.
And that's in like the third division, I think they were, third or fourth.
Yeah, the third division they come from. Yeah. So they come up through the league. In the first season, I think I'm right in saying this, the first season, they won the league unbeaten.
Bloody hell.
So...
It's impressive. It is impressive.
You, but and they had to change the name a couple of times as well because of the advertising rights and things like that. They weren't allowed to use the name Red Bull. Yeah. I think they tried to use it, but they decided the league decided they weren't allowed to use it. So they came up with a name. This is an interesting one as well. Raisin Ball Sport, which in another word it means lawn ball sport. Yeah. But they used it as Raisin Ball Sport because RB. RB. Yeah. So there was a clever way of getting around it to get the RB in there. Yeah. And everybody thinks they're called Red Bull, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
But they're not.
I always call them Red Bull Leipzig, but they're not.
They're not called that, no. No. So it was a clever way, but you got the shirt on.
I have.
There's the badge.
Yeah. It's got the balls on it.
They had to change the badges as well.
Yeah.
Because of the Red Bull. They had we all know the Red Bull is one bull. Yeah. They had to change their badge a couple of times, especially when they got into the top league, the Bundesliga. Yeah. They weren't having it because there's too much of advertising. So they had to change it again. And they come up with the two bowls coming into each other. And they were allowed to go with that.
But I think it's quite clever because all the other teams that are Red Bull as well, if you look at all of their badges, it kind of like links it all together. It's very beautiful. I like it. I actually do. As much as I thought I'd hate it.
I think I read in the Salzburg one, it's got the bull with a football in front of them. Yeah. They used to have the bull with the sun in front of them. Yeah. Which is almost the Red Bull. And they had to change that as well. So what they've done is took a football in front of it. Yeah. And they got away with it in their league. Yeah.
Because there was also the thing with Salzburg that if they couldn't be both in the Champions League at the same time because of how they're connected. But they got away with it because technically they're not connected. No. But we all know they are. Yeah. So that's how that. Champions League then, we've been given, I think, another difficult group. Atletico Madrid and Napoli are two very different teams. And then, of course, PSV Eindhoven. Yeah. Who are the team that I've recently done on Twitch when I got sacked from Red Bull Leipzig. I took over PSV instead and won the Europa League with them. So Atletico Madrid, they still have Simeone. They do. They still have Simeone. So we know it's a difficult place to go to. And Napoli, they have Spalletti there instead of Sarri. So it's quite a difficult Champions League group, but I'm still I think we can still get through.
I'll be disappointed that we don't go for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we've got a better squad this time, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, okay, let's simulate this season. Okay, the third season, we're 3 points off the top, finishing in third place.
Bad.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
But then you can't win all the time.
No, that's true.
We got found out,
We actually lost a game to Eintracht Frankfurt, which is obviously my German team, which would have meant we would have won the league because we had the best goal difference.
Yeah, they drew their last game, didn't they?
Because they drew their last game. Yeah. Bayern Munich drew their last game.
Who was that against?
Against Leverkusen, who finished in 5th place. So Dortmund won all 5
they would have been fighting, wouldn't they, Leverkusen? They would have been fighting for the European place, so it would have been a good game.
It would have been a fantastic game. If we do take a look at the past positions as well, we were at the top for a long period of time. All 3 of the teams, look at that luck, where it's crisscrossing every single game. Yeah. One of us is doing better than the other out of Bayern Munich and Leipzig. And then, of course, all 3 of us have done it. Bayern Munich ended at the top. So it's unfortunate, I think, but I expected that to happen. I didn't expect to dominate because the thing is, they still got Erling Haaland.
This is the thing, isn't it? When you've got a goal scorer like that, I mean, all right, we had a team that was scoring more goals. They had one player that was scoring that amount of goals, which is good.
And I do think he is currently, he's about to leave and he's going to PSG. So we can say bye-bye, thank God,
that might help us out then,
to the best player on the game. So that might actually help us out in the future. But Joshua Kimmich, like 20 assists, it's insane really. Whether they're playing him right back or sent him in, I'm not sure. Angelino getting 14 there, Adiyemi getting 22 goals. It's not bad at all. How have we done in Europe? That's the most important thing.
Come on.
We reached the semi-final of the Champions League and we were done by Manchester City in the end.
I'll take it though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I'll take it.
I mean, we mentioned that, didn't we? If we could get there. Inter and Man City, Man City and Liverpool actually play out in the final, which would be quite an interesting final, actually.
That could be the final this year, actually.
It could be. I wouldn't be surprised if they managed to avoid each other.
I think apart from PSG, which you can get at, they probably look the best two teams in the Champions League at the moment.
Yeah, I think so. Bayern Munich are on a bit of an unsteady run. Obviously, we've seen them with...
I don't think they're there.
Oh, obviously, Man United probably will win it instead.
You reckon?
No. Adeyemi actually got 15 goals in the Champions League alone.
That's good.
Which is mental, considering in the Champions League he only played 9 games.
Cool.
So that's impressive in the best competition in Europe to manage to be able to do that. What about in the Cup though? We were the winner of the DFB Pokal.
Get in.
We beat Augsburg 3-0 in the final. It was a fantastic result for us.
At least we had a bit of silver again this season for the fans.
Yeah, there were also 3 disallowed goals in the game. Adeyemi and Nkuku, 2 for us and 1 for them, Kruger. But Josko Vardiel, Kareem Adiyemi and Ilyas Mariba scored 3 goals in 5 minutes to kill them off in the final. But that's what you need to do. But this formation seems to work quite well, so we might have to toy around with it a little bit more and see how we do. But squad-wise then, let's take a look. 43 goals in 42 for Adeyemi, 22 for Szoboszlai, 16 for Mariba, 16 for Dani Olmo, 12 for Umar Saleh.
So we got it again, and we got a squad of goal scorers again, didn't we?
Scoring a lot, for sure. And Nkuku got 23 assists as well.
At the back a little bit more.
Maybe. And Angelino, 22 assists, and he's not a corner taker. So it's impressive, to be honest. Okay, let's move over to the 4th season. Now, on the outs, Andre Silva left. He's moved to Lazio. Of course, we haven't really been playing him with Kareem Adiyemi, just so in form. It's unfortunate for him because he is a fantastic striker in the game, and he has been scoring a lot of goals for us in previous years, but when he's only been playing 11 games and 8 games, he's already got 6 in 5. And they have like Chiro Immobile, so I don't know what's happened there, but yeah, they're using him there. But on the ins though, we spent £87 million, and I again think these are very much realistic. Pedro Gonçalves, he's Portuguese, he's 26. That might be the only one that I think maybe people watching this might go, I wouldn't say that's a Leipzig signing because he's a little bit older and it is for a lot of money.
You've got to have a bit of experience to him,
You have got to bring in somebody like this.
When we're constantly playing in the Champions League, you need that experience.
Yeah, if I want to push on for the Champions League, it needs to happen. £30 million after look at the season he's had.
God, 18 goals in 33 games.
That's the reason why I say it's realistic, because if you look at it statistically, which Red Bull Leipzig would do, RB Leipzig would do, Rasenball Sport, whatever it's called, would do, they would look at analytics and statistics and look at him and go, he's a centre attacking midfielder who scored 18 goals and got 10 assists in 33 games.
Good, isn't it?
That's somebody that they would sign.
And the season before, 13 goals. The season before that, 16 goals. The season before that, 23 goals.
Yeah. So statistically, he's been very good. Used to play for Wolves, by the way.
Yeah.
Left on a free transfer and then went on a free transfer again. So it's weird. Now he's in his prime.
In Sporting, didn't he?
He has. Very good player in real life as well, but we've brought him now to Germany. Let's hope he can continue that. He's not the only one we brought, though, for another £36 million. And they tried ripping me off, if I'm honest, Bordeaux, because he was valued at like 10. I was like, oh, that'd be a lovely little signing as a backup striker. They're like, yeah, we want 25 plus like 18 million. I'm like, what? No, but I've managed to get him down to 36. 22 years of age. He's French. He's a very good player, I think, in this game. Young striker. He's got 10 goals and 29 appearances last season, but that is only 10 starts.
Yeah.
So again, statistically, he's very good. He's got a very good XG in the game. So I think it's a good signing to bring in, especially because he has a player traits that I like. Likes to beat the offside trap. Very good in this game. Amar Dedic from Red Bull Salzburg. A right back, an Austrian right back, who I think is really talented. I've never heard of him either. but he's really good. £16 million we've bought him for from Salzburg. Quality player. And Calafiori on the other side, on the left. Although we have George Bello and, of course, we have Angelino, Calafiori is a good Italian left back.
Number, not zero.
Zero again. Weird. £10 million we've bought him from Roma. He hasn't been playing, but he has the potential to be amazing.
And always good defenders, isn't they?
Yeah, and attributes. He's really good. Yeah. He's very strong. Nico Williams is a free transfer that I've brought him. Spanish from Atletico Bilbao. The only downside to that is he doesn't play in the centre of the park where we are using players right now. We're not using wingers.
Yeah.
So I'm training to play up front a little bit more. Tactically, we are sticking with what we have, but we're changing things slightly. Where we had this guy in here, we're now moving him up forward. We have a Carrilero, and that is because Seivald, the centre defensive midfielder that we played last season, we've renewed his contract for another 5 years. Ideal.
Yeah.
But in his promise to us, or that we had to give him, he will prefer to be playing centre midfield with a Carrilero role. Fine. So we've had to change the tactic just to keep this little bugger happy.
I thought we run this team.
I thought so too. Also, Pedro Gonçalves wants to play as a shadow striker, but that's fine because we use a shadow striker.
You can handle that.
Yeah, so I'm like, right, okay, fine, we'll do that. So we have a Carrilero on support. It's not to say it's detrimental to the tactic because it meant, actually, I quite enjoyed it because this pre-season then meant that I was changing around the tactic and trying things.
Yeah.
And I like that. I enjoy doing that now. So now we have like an actual Christmas tree formation. Ilyash Mariba is going to play a roaming playmaker role. We've got Mazzala on attack there, which is very much Szoboszlai. We've got the shadow striker, of course. We've got a few players who can play that. Dani Olmo, Pedro Gonçalves, and Cuckoo, and also that attacking midfield role. Adiyemi as the poacher, Lafond in goal. If we take a look at the squad depth, this is what we're looking like for those roles. So we've got a lot of strength in depth now, I think. And the assistant would play this. So he would actually play Seivald in the Mazzala and Mariba on the left. I hope he doesn't. Dani Olmo on the right, Szoboszlai. He isn't. So this is what we would look like going forward. Schedule-wise, and how have we been doing? Well, I think it works very well because we beat this poor team 17-0. I know. We also beat Bayern Munich 2-1 in the first game that I tried a tactic around this. So that's a great result.
Yeah, away of home as well.
Ilyash, Mariba and Angelino getting the goals. In this round, it was just absolutely disgusting. Adiyemi got 6 goals. Stat padding, really, isn't it?
We drew one each against Dortmund, so have they actually Haaland gone then, is he?
Yeah, so he's gone because that was already a transfer.
Deal, was it? Right,
done deal. So I wonder who they have brought. I mean, they already have Makuku, who is obviously very good in the game. So transfer history, who have they brought in? They spent £69 million. They brought in Bayer Leverkusen's Patrick Schick. Of course, he scored the really good goal in the Euros. Yeah. He is a great player from Bayer Leverkusen. He scored 17 goals last season for them, so £14 million is a bargain, really. Yeah. But they lost Haaland for free, of course, so that's going to be disappointing for them.
There never is big transfers between German teams, is there?
No, we've always mentioned that, haven't we? Yeah.
Which is good, really, because
in
the Premier League, they would just overpriced you, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, look at Harry Kane, wasn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. Like £150 million people are talking about. He only scored 2 goals by Christmas, whatever it was. So we actually beat Leverkusen 2-1 and we beat Wolfsburg 1-0. So competition-wise, we have... What a group, by the way, this is. Paris Saint-Germain, Salzburg, and Antwerp.
Ooh,
so we've got
interesting, doesn't it?
We've got Haaland, and yet we've got all the players playing against their own club. So controversial draw there.
Definitely, yeah.
You can't write these type of things, can you? I love it.
Oh dear.
Right, okay, let's simulate this 4th season.
I still think we should go through.
Yeah, all right. I do too, by the way, because we shouldn't really be losing to the team we buying all their players off. Right, so at the end of the season, we finished 2nd place again.
Yeah.
4 points this time.
We finished 2nd. We finished 3rd, didn't we?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we didn't win the league.
Yeah.
And it's annoying because we did again drop
4 points.
4 points. We've dropped 5 points at the end of the season there.
Lost in a draw.
Augsburg and Werder Bremen.
Good silly teams as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Bayern Munich only lost 1 game all season to Schalke.
Well, they deserve to win then.
Yeah, and we only lost 3. We lost 8-0 to Bayern Munich though. Absolutely
after we beat them 2-1 on their ground.
Battered, by Bayern Munich at one point. But I think that happens sometimes, doesn't it, in the Bundesliga?
Well, we said that earlier, didn't we?
Especially with teams like Bayern Munich, who probably still have players like Lewandowski just absolutely destroying people.
Look who's the manager, though.
Pep Guardiola is the manager. He is back. Yeah.
I didn't think he'd go back there.
No, neither did I.
Yeah.
So that is going to be a very
for them,
difficult time, for us. That's 2 years in a row now that they've managed to win the league back. Okay, did we get out of the group?
Come
PSG... and Salzburg. We were the runners-up of the Champions League. Runners-up. We won the cup, though.
That's good.
That's positive.
Yeah, so bets over again.
But runners up of the Champions League. Liverpool after extra time. After extra time.
Is it Klopp?
It probably is Klopp. So Salah scored a penalty. We equalised with Sekou Mara on the 82nd minute, and Julian Alvarez, of all players, moved from Manchester City to Liverpool, scored on the 103rd minute. Oh, it's so unfortunate. Let's take a look at Liverpool and see who is the manager. It is still Jurgen Klopp. He is still there.
I bet he loved doing that then against us.
God, yeah. That's unfortunate, isn't it? That's so disappointing. That's back-to-back now for Liverpool in Europe, so they are starting to dominate. Let's take a look at the cup then. DFB Pokal, the most beautiful trophy, I think, in the game. Cologne, we beat them again 1-0. Well, actually, they beat us, didn't they, on penalties? So it's a bit of revenge there in the cup final. Adiyemi, of course, where he scored 6 at the start. He has 12 goals at the end. Mental. Oh, that's so disappointing. He got 50 goals in total throughout the season. Danny Olmo got 14 and Cuckoo got 13. Sekou Mara, despite not actually starting a game and only making 18 appearances off the bench, scored 13 goals.
Well, when you look at it, it's a successful season, really, isn't it? We come runners up in the league and we got to 2 finals. We won 1 final and we lost 1 final.
Yeah.
We would have preferred it the other way around.
Oh, fuck God, yeah, absolutely. Seavold isn't unhappy, so that tells me that he possibly has been playing in the Carolero role.
Yeah.
If we do take a look at the form-wise there, it is the Carolero and the Mazzala. So he's been playing in both, so he's all right with it. I mean, he started the Champions League final in the Carolero role. You can't argue about that.
No.
Quite unfortunate. I am a little bit disappointed how that is. I suppose it's not disappointing,
progress.
isn't it?
It's progress.
Yeah.
You know, we've got to the final now of the Champions League.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Man City. They've been progressing over the last sort of 5-6 years since Pep been there. And they've been getting there slowly. Then they get to a final, they've lost it.
Yeah.
No, they're the favourites to win this season.
Yeah. And Liverpool lost in the final. Next year, won it.
Yeah, against Spurs.
Yeah. So, okay, let's go forward to the 5th and final season. Now, 4 signings coming in the door with a grand total of £81 million. We have Santi Ramos Mingo, a backup centre-back, I think, but a good young player.
Yeah.
We also have Gustavo Osensao, again, Brazilian. It's the first one of the series.
We like our Brazilians.
I know I was going to make it realistic, but I thought I had to get one in.
Yeah.
So Gustavo Osensao joins us on a free transfer. Rafael Luiz is definitely a realistic one, though, because 20 years of age, we're taking advantage, and we've loaned him straight out to Eintracht Frankfurt in the league. He's a fantastic centre defensive midfielder. Basically, then I've signed him for anybody who takes him on the Patreon, because I've bought him in and then loaned him out.
Yeah.
So we've bought him for £20 million, loaned him out because he will require the game time. Now, I know we have Umar Saleh, we have Josko Gvardiol, but I think Salisu is a fantastic centre back, and everything that the Leipzig type of centre back all around it is.
Yeah.
He's fast. He is so strong. He's very agile, great balance, fantastic mental, 6'3", heading, marking, tackling, and he's okay on the ball as well. He's so athletic, it's unbelievable. And if he's stuck like, you know, he plays for Southampton, obviously, and he's very good in the Premier League. If you stuck him in one of the top 4 clubs, I think he'd do really well in real life as well. We paid £61 million, but I think it'd be worth it. He's done very well for Southampton.
You're buying a good player who's come from a very, very good league. So
yeah, absolutely. So I'm happy with that signing. If we do take a look tactically, I've changed it ever so slightly in the roles. So where we had 2 inverted wing-backs here, we now have a complete wing-back on attack. Because my thinking is Mazzala on attack here will be on the wings, where the inverted wing-back will be in here. In this area, the Carolero is going to stay deep. He's not going to go further forward. So we need a complete winger to give the width alongside the shadow striker. That's my thinking in this regard. And there's a few instructions less than what it was before. So we are still playing that Christmas tree, but on the left-hand side, there's a few little changes.
You've just got to think a bit more about your tactics that you're playing to get results.
I think so, yeah. I mean, Angelino's still been getting a lot of assists.
Yeah.
But is he the best player there now? Because if you take a look at this, Gvardiol is by far and large the best left back that we have, and yet I think he's a centre back. If we take a look at him, he's an incredible player.
Yeah.
All around, he's just got better and better. 19 for pace. The mentals are just insane. At 23 years of age, he's amazing.
Well,
yeah. So if we do take a look at the squad depth, then we are at our strongest, I think, than we have ever been at this rebuild. There are so many 4-star players now. It is ridiculous. And the assistant report looks like this. Everybody has good connections with each other. We have Nkuku, Mariba, Seivold. We're a very strong team, I think, going into this 5th and final season.
So we've built a good squad for you.
Exactly. Let's see how we do and simulate the final season. Okay. We're way off
10 points. That's the worst we've done.
Yeah.
That far.
Way off. 34 goals from Adiyemi as well.
Games, drew 7, that's why.
And even Cologne coming up. I said, didn't I? Like, there's other teams.
Good, yeah.
There's other teams which will randomly just pop up into...
Our goal difference, only 50. I think that's the lowest we've had.
Yeah, and we lost and drew a game towards the end of the season, which did cost us eventually finishing in second place. Yeah. Bayern Munich looked quite good again this year. Although only getting 83 points, they had 5 losses, which is probably the most that they've had for a while. To be honest, they got a great team.
Yeah.
So we have been struggling, but is that because
we've been doing well elsewhere?
We've been doing well elsewhere. We are the winners of the Champions League.
Get it in there.
We beat Chelsea after extra time.
Chelsea as well.
After we lost in extra time last season, we beat Chelsea after extra time this season. Oh, we finally done it. Pedro Gonçalves in the 91st minute. Lovely.
Well, I think, son, we've got to take a bow.
Thank you very much.
We've done it all. We won every trophy.
Every single trophy that we could win, other than the European Super Cup. Well, we could win that. You can win that for us. Yeah. Lewandowski is actually at Real Madrid here, quite interestingly. Ooh. Yeah, so, I mean, what a Champions League with those three scoring a lot of goals there. Mental, but we have done it. Red Bull Leipzig have won. Oh, we got knocked out by Bayern Munich in the DFB Pokal in the 3rd round. That's unfortunate, isn't it?
We were concentrating somewhere else.
Exactly, but I will take that Champions League win.
Who did we beat on the way then?
Yeah, let's take a look at that because that's quite interesting, isn't it? On the stages, we go to the tree. There we go. Right, we beat PSG 6-3. On aggregate. We got a revenge against Liverpool on penalties. And we beat Madrid 8-5 on aggregate.
We beat some good teams.
We had a hell of a run.
We beat the top teams all the way through, didn't we?
God, yeah. Unbelievable season going through to the end there. Because it was quite impressive, really. We only lost in the group stage. We did not lose in the knockouts. We drew against Liverpool, but then we beat them on penalties after a 1-1 draw at Anfield as well. But we beat PSG both times, 3-2 and 3-1. And of course, the final we won after extra time. But we even beat Real Madrid both times. We go to the Santiago Bernabeu and we beat them 3-2.
81,000
Pedro Gonçalves in the 91st minute. Even though we were already like miles ahead.
So we beat 5-3 at home.
Yeah.
Get in. What a result that is.
Insane. So we've done very well in the Champions League this year. Even though we lost twice to PSG. How we've gone through that, I don't know, that group. We beat AZ twice, but we lost to Club Brugge. That must have been a really tight group. 9 points. We've been eliminated for more than that.
So we beat them twice. They beat us twice in the group stages, and then we beat them in the semi-final.
They're an unbeaten group, and then we just knock them out in the semi-final anyway.
Get in.
Amazing. What a fantastic season. Squad-wise, let's take a look. 49 goals for Adiyemi in 48 appearances. Mariba with 14, 11s all around there, and assist-wise 26 for Nkuku, 17 for Dani Olmo. What a team that we have built. An absolutely incredible team. So Patreon-wise then, what is the goal after this? We've won the Champions League. I think it's got to be getting the league back, right?
Yeah, you got to win your own leagues, haven't you, really? So we've missed out on it for the last
3 years.
Last 3 seasons.
Won the first 2.
I will give you a challenge of doing a double. One's got to be winning the league.
Yeah.
And winning one of the cups. So a European Cup or the domestic cup.
Yeah, I agree.
Just go for a double.
That is on the Patreon.
But winning the league has got to be one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is on the Patreon. £5 tier. You get the save game file. Will be posted as soon as this is out. So if you're watching it right now and you fancy your chances,
you do it as well.
Absolutely. Patreon.com/OmegaLoot Gaming. Link down below. As well as the link for our second channel as well. We're talking all things football in real life. Come over. We're almost at 1,000 subs already. So thank you very much for everybody who's done that. When this comes out, it might already be there. If it isn't, go there, check it out, watch a couple of the videos, subscribe, you'll enjoy it.
10-minute videos.
Absolutely. So thank you very much for watching. Remember to get all of your recommendations down in the comments section as well. And how about you watch the Venezia save if you haven't done so? Enjoy it. Bye-bye.